It's the Morning Star Drive 117.8. You soaring up with sky, now's the time, don't delay. I'm sitting in my ride and it's time to fly. So let's realign, just listen and fill your mind.
Hey guys, how is it going? And welcome to the Morning Star Drive on 117.8. It is Monday, March 17th, and so happy for you joining us. We are ready to start another week together with the Lord. So subscribe to us on YouTube, do not follow us on SoundCloud, and make sure to support us on Patreon. So today we have an exciting podcast for you. We have 316 event and my thoughts and all the different things that happened there. Just very, very grateful, thankful, lots of good realizations too. But I hope that everyone else, whether you're enjoying it directly there or if you watched it from your country, it was an amazing and awesome event. So I will go over that for today's podcast. I hope you guys had an amazing and awesome 316. I am exhausted, but don't forget, we do have a Q&A Thursday this week and every single week, so get those questions ready. Send it to me whenever you can, and if you haven't yet, please leave a like and comment to build our community. So I'm just super happy for everyone joining us every weekday on the Morning Star Drive. So let's get up and support each other each and every day. Okay, guys, so it's still 3:16 for me for a little bit longer. It's a little bit past 11 p.m. And if I were to be crazy honest with you right now, I am just, I'm lying on the floor in my office. I don't even want to sit on my chair, but I'd have to say very inspirational and, oh man, great 316. I thought it was probably the best 316 we've had. That's my feeling. It's like the best 316. Everything went well. The whole schedule, the program. Even at first I thought to myself man, this is going to be long, but it wasn't. The program wasn't really the hard part. And I'm sure everyone who's watching or who was there, the hardest part was just like it was like bone chilling cold. It was freezing. Like if you guys didn't know what the weather was like, it was about 6 degrees at the highest. But there's the weather, and then there's the actual what it feels like, because there's wind or there's rain or there's all the others like this. It was 6 degrees, but it feels like -4. That's how cold it was. And man, it started very strong, meaning from the morning. Like I was there since I think I got there around like little earlier than 6 a.m. At Wolmyeongdong, and it was all set up and testing, and man, and we didn't even leave until about 6:37 p.m. So think about that, guys. If we left around 6:30 p.m., I was there for like 13 and a half hours in bone-chilling cold weather. It was wild, inspiring, and moving, and everything all at the same time. And it was, there's something about the feeling of all of us suffering together. It was nice. Meaning, it's so different than suffering by yourself. Like that's the one thing you don't want. You don't want to be suffering by yourself, right? When we were there, we weren't suffering alone. We were suffering together, but it was such a good suffering because we all had the same goal. We all wanted the same things to happen. And it's just different having someone next to you. And one of my first realizations that I wanted to share was having this time together and sharing this time and this suffering together. I think is something that's very encouraging to Sunsim for two things. I think number one is we can suffer together with Sunsim. And I think that's something that we feel more united by, that he's going through a difficult time and we want to go through that together with him, right? So I think it's comforting for Sunsim to know that we went through that together. But I would say the second thing is when you're suffering with your brothers and sisters, I don't know. I think that is a powerful thing. I really do. I think being able to have the same goal, the same mindset, and everyone is, it's almost like we're all just holding each other's hands and just ready to fight through it. No one want, in the back of our minds, we're kind of like, like you kind of want to go kind of thing. Like you're like, oh, I want to go, I want to go, I want to go kind of thing. But like you can't because you're looking at each other, right? Like you're gaining strength and you have that time with each other, and it's really encouraging to have that type of like people beside you that are willing to suffer together, people beside you that are willing to just do this together. And I thought that was amazing. I really did. And that was something that I was looking at like, this is why we're going to make it. This is why we're going to make it, because we're willing to do all these things together. So I'm telling you guys, I was there for like over 13 hours and it was freezing. And I think I should have worn like long johns or something, but I don't have any here. So I was just, my legs were freezing. And I'm not sure if you've gone through this, but when you're really cold, if you look at my Instagram, I posted a picture of me sleeping. And someone asked, like, how did you take the picture if you're sleeping? I'm like, no, I didn't take the picture. I fell asleep. Other people were taking pictures of me sleeping, right? And you might think to yourself, is like, geez, if it feels like it's like -4 degrees, how do you fall asleep? And I'm gonna tell you this. I'm sure some of you guys have been through this who've been into cold countries. You know when you're shivering so much? You shiver so much to the point like you exhaust yourself. And then when you exhaust yourself, you just fall asleep. It's just, that it just happens. I'm sure some of you have gone through something like that, haven't you? Haven't you been through that where you're so cold, you're shivering like crazy, and you just and you just exhausted from all the shivering? Like even right now, I didn't do any exercise or anything else, but my muscles are aching at this moment. And guys, if you watching it on screen does no justice to how crazy it really was. Like the weather was, like I told you, it's like -5 and stuff like that too. So you already look at that and you're like, whoa, that's like really cold. But there was wind and rain, and it started like from the morning. Even when I was there at like before 6 a.m., it was already drizzling, and it just kept raining. And I think the first time that we had a little bit of stoppage of rain, it wasn't until like 12:40 or something like that. It didn't even stop until the rain. Like I think it was only until the representative prayer or the rain came, or I mean until the message started. So think about that. From like let's just say 6 a.m. to 12:30, 12:40. That's already 6.5 hours of rain right there. On top of that, during the rain just started to get harder, it started pouring rain, like more and more. And, I was in the translation tent, and all of a sudden we see like big chunks of ice fall to the ground. We're like, what is that? And you look up at the roof of the tent, it's ice. Because remember, it feels like -4. It's that cold. So it's that cold and freezing, and the rain is turning icy, and it was like that cold. The rain was like, it was like ice rain. And then on top of it, it started to like, the wind started to blow like crazy, and the rain, like the ice rain was going sideways. And we're like, whoa, this is crazy. And it, until I'm not sure until what time, but it really, really felt like it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. Like that's what it felt like. And I will tell you this, the sun did come up like once or twice. It was kind of like God peeking out and just saying that he's there, like there with us. But I don't know how to put it, is the cold never went away. It was just going through this, just so cold. I was like, I wish I brought another jacket, and I wish I had more padding. I wish I had all these other different, but that's how cold it was. But it was that inspiring that everyone there, like these tens of thousands of people, are all willing to sit through it to give glory to God. It was okay. Like there's this one scene where, like, remember that video, the 30-minute video of like Sunseem's life and stuff like that. There's this one part that really struck me, like because the whole time in my mind I'm like, all right, we can make it through the cold. We can make it through the cold, and you're like, you're in that endurance thinking, like I can endure, I can endure, I can endure. But then, even though like I'm thinking about this the whole time because it's that cold, and I only have like these thin pair of like dress pants on, and that's why my legs were freezing. And then watching the video, the very first part of the video, guess what it is? It's Sunseem praying in the snow on Mount Tejon. And when I saw that, I was like, wow, that's so crazy. Here I am complaining. I am complaining about how cold it is, right? That's what I'm complaining about. But even though I'm complaining about this, the next picture is this is how Sunseem was praying for hours and hours and hours every single day. And it was almost like, of course, some people could look at that and say, oh, is God trying to punish us? Or is, this is something like some sin or wickedness or whatever it is. The feeling there wasn't even that. The feeling there that I felt it was more of, you need to learn what Sunseem went through. You need to learn his suffering. And once you go through it, then you understand the Shimjung that more deeply. And as the night went on, because remember, we're there till 6:30 p.m., as the night went on, it just got colder. Like, that's what it was like. And this is the place where Sunseem lived. This is the place where Sunseem was trained. And we're going through the same things. We're actually experiencing what Sunseem's hometown is actually like. And this is like mid-March. And after we were able to go to visit Pastor Bumsa after 316. And I was like going to him, I was like, oh man, this weather's crazy because just a few days ago, it was, what was it? It was like 16, 17 degrees. Just three days ago, it was that hot. And now our high is 6 and the low is -1, right? So it's kind of like, whoa. And the Pastor Bumsuk just smiles, looks at me and says, that is the Korean character. It goes up, goes down, it's everywhere. And now we both laugh together, but it's like, wow. And it's true. People are shaped by their environment, right? What they went through is going to shape their character. It's going to shape who they are and such. And when he kind of said that, I was like, oh, that's kind of true. It really, really is. So when I looked at that, I was just like, yeah, it was funny, but it was also very meaningful the way he said it. But it was also kind of like we were all experiencing Sunseem Shimjung deeply. We really, really were. And the most inspiring part was we had so many foreigners on stage. Like we had the foreigners doing the opening, like the preparation praise. There was a Japanese members there, and then there was Taiwanese and Japanese doing like the performances, and then we had like the final praise, like 4 songs, and you had like Americans, Australians, you had people from New Zealand, people from America, Canada, Europe, like they were all there on stage, and you could just see the representation of like, wow, it's really a global thing. And I looked at that and I was so happy just to see like all the foreigners up there and just giving glory to God. And I thought it was something that we could look at and say, yeah, this is something that we should be thinking about, is no matter, like, the whole event is freezing and cold, snow, rain, wind, everything. And it was like that. It basically encapsulated Sunseem's Shimjung. No matter what the environment is like, we always give glory. No matter what the environment is like, we always give thanksgiving. No matter what happens, we will do and we will stick to God no matter what. And that's kind of what that feeling was. And I was just like, oh, this is awesome. Like, this is training our mentality. This is getting people ready for this year of evangelism in the Word. So I look at that, super happy, super excited. And, I'm super tired right now, but just talking about 316, it was incredible. The whole schedule too. Remember, the reason why it is a little bit longer is because it's a Sunday. We have to have Sunday service plus the event of giving glory, celebrating the ascension and Sunstein's birthday and all these things together, right? Remember, it's two things in one, and that's why it's a little bit longer of a service. The craziest part is the people who are organizers, they were not chosen until a month before. This entire event was made 1 month before and all organized. I thought it was incredible. Amazing, incredible, just everything all together. I was super happy about it too. And, it was cold and everything else, but the program, I really enjoyed it. It wasn't like a program that like you felt, I didn't feel bored, right? Like I was thinking like, man, if this weather was like a lot nicer, I'd be able to enjoy it a bit more, but I wouldn't have the deep shimjung. But like that's what I was thinking is like, oh, what a great program. Like, to be able to do all this in that amount of time, super happy, super thankful. It's the first time we also used the new parking lot in on the Holy Spirit Road on the backside. And, people were coming and parking on the backside and the front side. So you kind of got an idea of what Providence is going to look like in the future. And I was super happy and excited that this was something that we were really able to test out also. And another thing that was so awesome was how they did the parking. And literally thousands of cars and hundreds of buses. So the live broadcast ended, and then we had a little bit of time of watching a video and all these other different things. And we were there for like another. That probably ended around 5 or maybe 4:30, and then we had another program right after that. I would say it was, and the program lasted for like another hour and a half, 2 hours. Like with 300 buses and thousands of cars. How long do you think it took before the last car got out? Like what time? I was really shocked by this because I looked at my I'm in the HQ room. The most amazing part was the last bus got out 7:38 p.m. And I'm going to tell you this, I think that's a miracle. No injuries. Right? There's no injuries. There's no car accidents, no stampedes, people hurting each other. There's going to be people, little cuts and bruises in here and there, obviously, right? Because, it's outdoor. There's so many people. And probably some kids maybe got little scratches or something like that. But it was awesome. Like how fast and how quick everything happened was done in such a way that I was just grateful and thankful to God that, Sunseem's prayer and all of our prayers were answered, that everything was done in such a safe way. It was really, really done. I was thankful. So not seeing anyone get hurt, not seeing any of those things happen on 316 when it was the most busiest day, I'm going to say that that is something I am super grateful and super thankful for. So yeah, all the people that really worked on it, all the staff, amazing job. All the arts departments, amazing job. It really reminded me of those great events in the past, and it's something I looked at and I was so thankful for. And I hope that you guys really received a lot of grace too. And I'm going to tell you this: it's going to be to be able to experience what we experienced during that time. It's going to be harder only because you weren't there to go through the suffering. You know what I mean? Like. That's the part that I think, that's the great part of doing things like being there in person, because you experience it like live in reality. And if you were in another country watching it live, I'll just tell you straight up, is like, it's just a different experience. And the most inspiring, like I was gonna say this before, is one of the most inspiring parts for me is after talking to people and seeing their responses to all the, to 316. Their responses were incredible. Like, there's one chat room I'm in, and wow. Some people were writing stuff like they're so thankful to the Trinity for blessing us with such a tremendous opportunity, realized even more deeply about Sun Seum's conditions while only experiencing a fraction of his struggles. Great job, everyone. There's a lot of people were writing amazing things. Yeah. It was great giving glory with everyone. A lot of members expressed how everyone looked so great and sang powerful, even though we were all shaking because it was that cold, right? And they're like thankful to be able to endure until the end, right? And it's just so many things that people were just. I found it to be amazing. I really did. And I thought it was something that. I would have to say this is one of these like unforgettable event experiences. It really was. And I was just thankful and grateful seeing the new younger members like perform, seeing this new generation. It was awesome. Like it was so hopeful just to see all these younger people come up too. So yeah, there's a lot of different things that I was thinking about also, but very, very grateful and very thankful that was able to participate. And I hope that you guys were able to enjoy it just as much too. All right. So yeah, those are like a lot of thoughts I had on 316. Hope you guys were able to gain or enjoy something from this too. If you have any questions or anything else, please put in the comments below. Love to hear if you guys were there, or how was it in your churches? Like if you couldn't come live, how was it for you guys? All right. Before I go into the next segment, let's move on to the the first music break of the day.
It's 1978. This feeling is so great. The word you preach amazes me. But why do I feel this fate? Ooh, it's 1978. This feeling is so great. The word you preach amazes me. But why do I feel this fate? Oh, I feel like I met you for the first time in forever. I never lose this feeling again. Throw away the passion in my heart, and I'll find the love that I had at the start. It's 1978. This feeling is so great. The word you preach amazes me. But why do I feel this fate? Ooh, it's 1978. This feeling is so great. The word you preach amazes me. But why do I feel this fate? Feeling will never get old, like the first time we've been together. As long as you don't lose this love, that love will last forever. And as much as I know you're the best thing in my life, I will always tell you that I love you every time. It's 1978. This feeling is so great. The word you preach amazes me. But why do I feel this fate? It's 1978. This feeling is so great. The word you preach amazes me. But why do I feel this fate? Oh, people believe in their fantasies but not God. And that's the problem, that's why they say that it's too hard. No matter how blazing your love may be, our meetings and conversations are the same, you see. You can't let this love go to waste, doing the same things day to day, we're at the same place. Let's speak with hope about new things and the things you have done. I want to get closer to you, I want to give you my love. If you do not enjoy this love, it will disappear. When your thoughts are hard changes, he will take away your blessing. Gotta find your form, find your mission, and just find your blessings. Let's just get back to the old days and find out the temptations. I wanna get to know you, I want to show you that I can give you the word in many places, many spaces. I have seen a lot of people come and go. You're gonna make it, do your absolute best to reach the final destination. Yeah, it's 1978. This feeling is so great. The word you preach amazes me. But why do I feel this fate? Ooh, it's 1978. This feeling is so great. The word you preach amazes me. But why do I feel this fate? Oh, can I get to know you? I just wanna know you. Can I get to know you? I just wanna know you. Can I get to know you? I just wanna know you. Can I get to know you? I just wanna know you.
And there it is. That is the Sumney Boys with the song called 1978, which I love because I was born that year. But great song, very relaxing and chill. Oh, what was even cool though is during the post-performance, like after everything ended, they had a time for different groups to perform on stage. And the Sumney Boys, they did a great song. You know that Jack, 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 Goong, Jack, 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 Goong. You know that song, right? They made this rap song to it. It was awesome. And just to see it perform live was amazing. And you could just see like tons of people watching the screen and just enjoying it. Just seeing the American style of performance such too. Because, American performance is not so much about like a group of 20 people all doing the same actions together. It's more of there's background dancers and then there's like the two stars or the one star in the front that everyone is looking at kind of thing. And everyone else is kind of like the backdrop. So that was awesome to hear the Sumney Boys sing, perform there too. I wish it was done where everyone was there. Like it was the whole crowd. But it was done at the very end. It was after the live finish, so you guys wouldn't be able to see it live. But it was awesome. Lots of performances after too by Japan and Taiwan and US and Europe and just a bunch of teams were able to go up on stage and to be able to give glory also. I loved it. And it was just so smart the way they did it. That after the event ended, they had all these performances going on. And the reason why it's so smart, because it allowed not everyone to leave at the same time, but some people were slowly leaving one by one, and it made it less congested and less traffic. And by the time we were all finished the performances at the very, very end after the live finished, by that point it was like a lot smoother to get out because I left it around 6:30, and at that time so easy, like zero problems getting out. The traffic was so small that I looked at it like, wow, it didn't even feel that there was that many people there. So big kudos out to all the people that worked really hard, the staff that did an amazing job too. Either way. So yeah, you know what? I thought to myself is I'm not going to have another segment actually because I am just exhausted and I need to sleep and programs begin again tomorrow. So I got to get some rest. It's pretty much midnight right now. So everyone, please, guys, I would love to hear your experience of 316. So if you guys want to send me audios and stuff like that, I would love to. I think a lot of people would love to hear what you guys thought about 316 also. I think I'm going to do a little bit more of interviews to interview people on how they enjoyed 316 also. Either way. Okay. So there it is, guys. That is the end of today's Monday podcast. Hope you guys really, really enjoyed it. A little bit short, but it was 316. Awesome. And right now, only a few minutes left before 316 ends and it's a new day. Oh, I forgot, guys. Happy birthday to the Morning Star Drive. It's 5 years on the dot. It's been 5 years, guys. That makes me excited. That makes me happy. Just to know that we've just pulled through. Imagine if I didn't do this. Imagine if I didn't do today's podcast. I would have, like, on my 5-year anniversary of MSD, I would have. I wouldn't have done my podcast. I mean, I would have broke the condition on my 5-year mark. Either way, I don't want that to happen. But everyone, very grateful and thankful. Hope you guys had an amazing and awesome 316. You realized a lot from it too. Have an amazing, awesome day, and we'll see you guys again tomorrow on the Morning Star Drive on 117.8.
It's the Morning Star Drive 117.8. You soaring up with sky, now's the time, don't delay. I'm sitting in my ride and it's time to fly, so let's realign. Just listen and feel your mind.
I'm burning